Fucking keto's dangerous and shit. You could fucking die. You better be careful with that shit. That's dangerous shit. And shit. Well, I know I was going to do comments that, mixed in with videos here and there. I'm still going to do that. But this comment evoked a video all by itself. So let's just jump into it and shit. That was a little nod to Philip DeFranco. I know some of you don't like him, but I do. Zoltan300 commented on the response to vegan anger video that I did. I had to quit keto. I had keto breath and horrible fatigue. Also, my keto flu sucked ass. I got it all the time. Bacon and burgers, Crystal Breeze, and the thrill of hope had to go to the ER because of the keto diet. Amber Lynn almost died because the keto diet. You're pushing some dangerous stuff, man. Watch out. Bad karma if someone gets hurt because of you. First of all, I always encourage people to do their own fucking homework, to do their own research, that I am not an expert. I literally say that in every fucking video. And if you make a life choice based solely on what I say or my opinions, then that is your prerogative. I'm not here to tell you what to do or guide you a certain way. I'm here to bring things to your attention so that you can go out and learn how your body works, learn how your health is, and be more in tune with a better life and a better health and wellness lifestyle. Now, that's not to say that this is going to work for everybody or that this is the cure for all illnesses. It is absolutely not. There are unhealthy versions of a ketogenic diet. There's unhealthy versions of the vegan diet. There's unhealthy versions of the standard American diet. There's motherfuckers who drop dead on the standard American diet. There's motherfuckers who drop dead on the vegan diet. And there's motherfuckers who drop dead on the keto diet. People drop dead. It's just a question of how they got there, which there's not a lot of evidence saying keto's in that spectrum. And your offer of proof of Amber Lynn, we're just going to go ahead and dissect what your thoughts are. Now, I don't know your situation, Zoltan. I don't know how long you tried the keto diet for. Did you go 6 weeks? How dirty was your keto diet? Were you going to McDonald's every day and just fucking taking the bun off? Or were you trying to be organic? You trying to, get enough high quality fats while avoiding vegetable oil, while trying to go organic, while trying to make sure you're putting enough electrolytes into your body as far as the salt and the seasoning. And I don't do supplements, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to. That's up to you. If you have electrolyte issues, I've had minor electrolyte issues in the past, usually resulting in some foot cramps, and it's a good indicator for me that I need to up my electrolytes. And when I do keep on top of it, everything goes smooth. And also, the longer you've been on the diet, the less of an issue that is, as your body does normalize, hold on to more water weight, and also hold on to more electrolytes. So, now Amber Lynn
me, like, does your family have a history of heart problems? Were you taking anything? Like, what were you drinking? Were you drinking a lot of caffeine or energy drinks? I'm like, no, like, none of that. Like, all I can say is that, I've been on a ketogenic diet for about 3.5 weeks. And, still a lot of health professionals don't really know much about the ketogenic diet, so they didn't really know how to take that. They just kind of asked me questions as to what it was, what I was eating, and so on. So they admitted me to the hospital that night to meet with a cardiologist. My heart did come down to like 147 by midnight. So I was feeling a lot better. I was like, fuck this, like, I'm breaking ketosis. Like, I had a feeling, funny enough, I had a feeling in my heart that, that it had something to do with the ketogenic diet, because what was happening just didn't make any sense to me.
Now, 7 months ago, Amber Lynn put out a video. The link is in the description. Go ahead and watch it. Don't put a lot of hate her way. Don't just watch 5 minutes of my video and make an assumption like this guy did that commented. Zoltan, I'm talking to you. If you'd have done any research into her, you would know that she has since returned to the ketogenic diet.
Make a video today on why I am going to reattempt the ketogenic diet, what has been going on since I stopped my previous journey with the ketogenic diet, and what I can see going forward.
But we'll get into that as we go here. Anyways, to sum up what she says in the video, and I do encourage it, because, if we can't question ourselves, then we shouldn't be, giving advice or being, trying to do these experiments on ourselves if we can't question whether we're right or wrong. Anyway, she went on the ketogenic diet for 3 weeks. I think she said she lost like 10 or 20 pounds. I don't remember. It was a significant weight loss during that 3 weeks. I don't know what kind of keto she was doing. There's many different versions. I'm a ketovore right now, for example, so I don't eat hardly any vegetables at all. I got some nuts, I got some other things, so there's that. I eat nuts now. I've incorporated that. Some onion, maybe some mushrooms, and a little bit of tomato sauce every once in a great while. That's about as vegetable oriented as I get. Having done the carnivore experiment, and I'm going to revisit at some point a full carnivore 30 days again, just to have another go before I just take a shit on. Now, to criticize Amber Lynn a little bit, this first video she made 7 months ago, you did 3 weeks on the diet, something went wrong with your health, and you wanted to attribute it to that diet as far as your heart problem that you had, which hasn't been clearly defined. No one told you, the doctors assumed it was keto because that's the only thing you offered them as a choice. There could have been any number of issues. It could have been something in your diet prior to that led up to that. It could have been maybe you overexerted yourself and didn't drink enough water, or drank too much coffee and not enough water. I do that myself quite a bit, which can, in the early stages of adaptation, tank your electrolytes, because when you first start out, your kidneys are going to dump the water weight. They're going to dump the electrolytes in the process, and you have to keep them replenished until your body adjusts and can hold on to a little bit more water weight, and hence electrolytes, because electrolytes are held in intercellular fluids. And they're a requirement for a healthy heart or any other muscle activity for that matter. So I don't know what caused her issue. It could be something she ate within the ketogenic diet. She mentioned having a stomach flu just prior to that. That could be a factor. I am not a doctor. I'm not an expert. If I had to guess, I would say that maybe she had a momentary drop in electrolyte levels for one reason or another, and ended up in the hospital. Now, she said that the hospital measured her electrolytes and that they were okay. So leaving no real explanation as to why. So they just glommed on to, oh, it's keto, be careful, keto's bad. And of course the vegans, 8.5 thousand views on this video. She has 189 subscribers. I don't need to be a big rocket scientist to think that there's two types of people that this clickbaity title drew in. One was vegans that are looking for people to go, see? And the other is ketos looking to say, you're full of shit. You know, the triggered crowd, you know, the outrage crowd. You know, I'm trying to give an honest assessment of Amber Lynn in this video. And in order to do that, I had to watch more than one of her fucking videos. Unlike Zoltan, or whatever fuck your name is, did. When you wanted to come in and question that I'm gonna hurt somebody with this advice that I give, when I get hundreds and thousands of letters that tell me I'm doing good for people, that I'm helping people, and you're coming in here saying I'm being dangerous. First of all, I'm not in charge of that. I'm bringing attention. I'm knowledge. I'm not instructing. I'm not telling people what to do, and nor am I qualified to do so, and I don't profess to be at any point during this journey. It's just me on this journey, sharing what I learn, sharing the things I think that can help, and giving my fucking opinion. My opinion should be weighed as the opinion of some fucking truck driver who lost some weight and is not dead and has good blood lipids and has good blood sugar and is healthy at age 43. I mean, what more do you need? And I'm consequently healthier than I was in my 20s. So Amber Lynn goes on to become a plant-based, and she mentions it in that shitty video, which raised some red flags. I'm like, oh, plant-based, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. You're laying it down. You're going plant-based. That's why the keto diet's killing people. But it turns out that I was mistaken, just based on, you know, she desperately wanted to lose weight. That's the motive I get for her journey. She had great success on keto, but then this heart thing happened. So she went out to find the next best diet that she thought would help her, and that happened to be the plant-based diet. That's my assessment based on the 3 videos that I watched of hers. The other videos that didn't get fucking, 8,000? The other videos that only got like 162 views, and then 192 views, and then 192 views 3 weeks ago, they didn't get as much fucking airtime. But if you watched them, you'll know what happened in the aftermath of that. She has since returned to keto and been keto for 5 months, successfully losing 60 pounds. Did you not bother to research that before you declared the Ketogenic Diet was a failure because fucking Amber put a video up the fucking 7 months ago that said she almost had a fucking grabber? Come on with your research, people. This is clickbait research. You don't want to do clickbait research. You want to dig.
I feel like personally my body does not do well on high carb diets. I feel like I don't get enough satiety, and I'm not someone who overly can eat nuts all the time, because I do have a minor allergy to some nuts, especially like raw almonds and stuff. And if you're gonna live a plant-based diet, although you don't have to eat nuts, nuts can play a big factor in keeping satiety and getting enough protein and stuff. So I've been doing it. I've been pushing through it. I did feel good initially on a plant-based diet, but now I wasn't really feeling that great. I wasn't seeing the results in 6 months that I really wanted to see, from being in a caloric deficit on plant-based. So I wanted to try to switch it up, and I've just really been thinking about keto and how well I did on it for the couple weeks that I did. Oh yeah. So I see all the success stories and everything online and how people feel on keto, and I just really like eating keto. I enjoyed that diet. I didn't feel like I was starving. I could go, hours upon hours without eating and not feel like I'm dying, whereas on high carb diet, for me personally on high carb diet, I'm not saying that it's like that for everybody, but high carb plant-based diet, I never felt satisfied, and I would find myself, like hungry, but at my, calories for the day and not wanting to exceed them, or, I'd have a bad day and I just end up exceeding them because I didn't feel like I was getting enough out of that diet. So that is why I personally am changing. I'm not saying that everybody who does, plant-based diet is starving. No, there's people that have great success on them. It just does not work for me. From the comments in my previous videos that everybody's been waiting to hear from me and get an update. So I'm doing a quick one on my phone. So sorry if the quality isn't amazing, but I am down 60 pounds as of today from my last video doing keto. And I'm so excited that my revamp of really monitoring my electrolytes and sticking to my macros and listening to my body, as well as incorporating intermittent fasting. And I'm actually doing OMAD right now, 1 meal a day, and it's working phenomenal for me, and the weight is falling off. So I'm so happy that I finally have found something that has worked for me and that I'm getting great results of. I have so much energy in the morning, guys. Like right now, usually I would be slugging along and miserable, but I have so much energy right now. I feel good. I'm looking great. I'm fitting in clothes that I wore in high school, which I'm 30 years old. So it's been a little while since I've been in high school.
If you're going to make these important decisions about your life and about your health, you have to dig. Don't just take it from one source. Take it from a bunch of sources. You have to find all the data, the good, the bad, the ugly. And when I did this journey, I knew exactly what was going wrong with electrolytes. I knew exactly what to do about it. I knew that it was a transitional period that will go away over time, and it did. I knew that the energy crash and the keto flu and even the keto breath issue, although I still arguably could probably knock somebody over on a bad day, I keep on top of it as best as I can. But to me, that's one small price to pay, not fluoridating myself to death to try and counteract it. To me, that's one small price to pay in order to have the health and body weight and feel as good as I do today. So if I'm going to knock some people over my breath, so be it. But I don't know. I have a lot of comments, but then again, I'm single. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe my breath is knocked, motherfuckers over from millions of miles away, and then that's that. My teeth were fucked up before I even started the diet, and you can thank Mountain Dew for that. I just wanted to point out that you can't just take one video out of context to prove your point. You can't just take one example of a failure to prove your point, We've already pointed out the Jimmy Moore thing, and I'm sure vegans are just beating the shit out of the poor guy. And, we don't know. We don't know what other factors are involved in these cases. It could just be it didn't work for them. Maybe they're the unicorn that keto doesn't work for. They exist. There are people who are genetically prone for carbohydrates because we've been doing it for 10,000 years. It wouldn't be surprising if we had some genetic unicorns every now and then as far as the high carbohydrate intake. But I still contend that if you look at our obesity rates, our diabetes rates, and our heart disease rates, and our cancer rates, and our autism rates, and all these other rates, that carbs need to be seriously evaluated, especially the types of carbs. Refined carbs and sugar are no-nos. No matter what fucking diet. What are you gonna keto's bad for me, so I'm gonna go back to fucking eating sugar and cookies and fucking Mountain Dew and soda and fucking go down and because keto's deadly. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Where are you gonna go? All right, you're going to go back to the standard American diet, or you're going to go plant-based. Those are your options, or maybe paleo, which paleo is pretty close to keto. You know, it's not that far off, so you're not going to really set the world on fire differently. You just have some more fruit in your life. But you can't just jump to these conclusions. Check out those videos from her. She's on her journey again. She's not a regular YouTuber as far as I can tell. And yes, I forgive you for jumping to conclusions your first time, but I understand. You know, you tried it. It didn't work at the time. You weren't happy with it. You had the keto flu, and then you had this heart thing. I would have jumped ship too and seriously evaluated the diet, and you should too. If you feel like shit for any reason, you should find out why. Research why and understand that shit. And you'll be able to figure out the happy medium for you. For me, I'm leaning more towards carnivore and less towards keto, somewhere in that 10 to 20 grams of carbs a day spectrum, and it's working for me. Will it work for everybody? I can't say that. I don't know that. I don't know everybody's individual health concerns. You know, we spent a great deal of time in our adult lives beating the shit out of our body, destroying our organs, destroying our gut health. And to expect to go on a diet for 3 to 6 months and have that all reversed and nothing go wrong is unrealistic. You got to be realistic. You got to understand that things were fucked up before you started this diet. So you can't necessarily attribute every bad thing that happens with your health to the diet. You should examine it. If something's going wrong, look at it. I'm not saying that. But you should also look at the big picture. What were you doing before? Maybe you even had some food poisoning issue. That's another thing people never fucking think of, yet it's prevalent. You know, you could eat something that went bad, or something that was mislabeled, or something that was fucked up. And just one little thing that you eat that's like that can have dire consequences to your health and gut health. And, you know, that's something to think about if you have some kind of symptoms. Maybe it's an individual food, not the diet as a whole. So, stuff to think about if you're... Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I am. Not a fucking expert. Just a fucking asshole. So I would like to hear from those of you in the comments who have done at least 6 weeks on a ketogenic diet. Don't talk to me before that if you only did 2-3 weeks and then fell off of it, or you do a cheat day every weekend. Strict ketogenic diet for 6 weeks. Tell me why it didn't work for you if you dropped out of it, or what problems you have. Share with the community what you think the problems with the ketogenic diet are. For me, I don't believe it is a weight loss diet. I believe it is a satiety, a homeostatic diet that promotes you not being hungry, not overeating, not undereating. You eat according to your hormones, and your hormones are giving you the correct information on a ketogenic diet. That cannot be said on a vegan diet. Vegans are hungry all the time, and they never feel satisfied. And by the way, she even said that in one of her videos, that when she was plant-based, she was always hungry and never satisfied. And that's because the vegan diet isn't giving your body everything it needs. And when you don't give your body everything it needs, you're going to be fucking hungry all the time. And I've come from a place where I know what that's like, where you're never satisfied, where you're always eating, where you're food addicted, where you're sugar addicted. Having kicked those addictions now, I don't want to go back. Trust me, I'm staying here. And unless I have some issue that's life-threatening, and then I will look at it and say, what? You know, go to the doctor. They'll probably tell me, oh, you're eating keto? Well, you need to stop that shit. And then I'll be like, probably not going to stop it, but I will look at it. I will evaluate it. But hasn't happened. I've been doing the keto most of the time for the past 2 years. There was an occasional cheat day or cheat weekend. Last time I had cheat time was back in November during one of my trips. But what the fuck do I know? Not a fucking expert, just a fucking asshole. If you found this video helpful and informative or entertaining, or you just like seeing me get triggered, please go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com. Throw a tip in the virtual tip jar. The link is in the description. Or you can also contribute via Patreon to help keep me doing these videos and not having to go work for the man as much. That would be nice. But if I have to go work for the man, I'll go work for the man. It is what it is. You know, for now, I fill in the gaps with Uber and another part-time job. So there's that. Also, please like and subscribe for more fucking videos. And I'll make all kinds of fucking videos just for you. So it's kind of weird with the sun shining on my mouth and my beard. Looks a little majestic and shit. I am in Virginia still. I just stopped to film this second video. Not sure when you guys will see it. On my way down to Charlotte. I will be at the concert for the next 3 days on the campgrounds, and we'll see what I can get done. Hopefully I can get this video pumped out by then. In the meantime, have a nice motherfucking day. And shit.